Elden Ring was an absolute slam dunk for From Software, followed by another Shadow of the Erdtree, the first DLC to get nominated for Game of the Year. So we were all waiting for the next game. What is it? An Elden Ring sequel? A completely new IP like a Bloodborne or Sekiro? Dark Souls 4? Nope. It is a roguelike version of Elden Ring with Battle Royale elements. Oh, okay, why? Why make a 3-person roguelike of Elden Ring? If you wanted to do something like that, I would have preferred a DLC boss rush mode for Elden Ring with previous Souls games bosses for like $15 with multiplayer. I would have been happy to pay for it, but now I feel lost and betrayed. It really isn't that bad. This is honestly just for effect. I don't like what I'm hearing, but it doesn't have to be bad. The game could actually be really good, which I'm hoping for. I will never have my hopes low for From Software just because of how good their games have been, but I always, no matter the game, will criticize what I hear. So let's get to the main points. I will break this into 4 parts of what a roguelike in the Souls environment will be, the positives and the negatives. Starting with let me tell you my prediction for the game, and how it will function with the gameplay and information already given. Imagine you click a new game, then you get the classic, choose your base character screen, then the screen fades to black. Then you get blasted by the sound of the battle bus. Then you promptly ask like it's 2018, "Where are we dropping, boys?" After you land in a location of your choosing, then you walk around looking for loot chests that may have an enemy from Elden Ring, then it might be a special relic, unique ability, or a weapon meant for whatever build you started with. You realize that you are now faster in this game compared to Elden Ring. Then you find out that you have to run away from a storm as if it was another generic Battle Royale game, but without the PvP aspects. But then you find States of Grace that you may level up at, which is now just upgrading all base stats for your build. You end up falling off a cliff, and you don't die. You are likely thinking, what the hell? Well, there's no fall damage in Elden Ring, NightReign. I'll get into opinions on these mechanics later, but then you eventually get done with the night, then you have to fight a random boss, probably from just Dark Souls 3 and Elden Ring, maybe Sekiro, but if we get lucky enough, which I'm praying, we might get some redesigned Dark Souls 1 bosses, but after the boss fight, the same thing repeats 2 more times, probably with more enemies like that are more tanky and stronger, then maybe better rewards, then oh my god, I forgot about the nice outfits you can unlock for your character. You know, instead of customizing your own character, but I'll get into that later. That's all the mechanics I am aware of. I guess I could say the special abilities that I saw in the trailer, but I kind of already mentioned it with the different starting builds. Now let's get started with the pros and cons. The pros that I have seen so far, number 1, faster movement is always welcome with my impatient ADHD-ridden ass. And who doesn't like going faster? There's Sonic for a reason. Number 2, special abilities are a cool concept and could become a mainstay if they are implemented well. 3, no fall damage is welcome because it was always annoying to traverse in Elden Ring for that reason, but I don't know, it comes with checks and balances. 4, the return of multiple Dark Souls 3 bosses, and I believe I saw a Sekiro enemy, but I am not completely sure about that. Number 5, the fact the weapons and their attacks look distinct, which the other Souls games other than Bloodborne and Sekiro kind of, even though it only had one, suffered from. 6, replayability, because being a roguelike makes it technically more replayable. 7, less complicated build making, which can be a negative and a pro. Number 8, third-person co-op is a very welcome addition and one of the best parts of the game that I have heard so far. Honestly, the only positives I have found so far. Now to the cons. Cons. Number 1, less player freedom and customization. The main reason I liked Souls games is because you are constantly working towards being the biggest badass you can on your own, and struggling and not getting help through anything, which is no longer the focus. But, you know, you get costumes, but what about my Fashion Souls gameplay from Bloodborne? I miss it. Number 2, RNG. It is a roguelike, obviously, So there will be RNG, but still felt like I should point that out as another thing because, like myself, I think a lot of people enjoy being able to go into the game and have knowledge of everything after a while and feeling like a pro when they go back into the game. Number 3, the Battle Royale elements. I feel like it's just eventually going to get annoying just running from the storm, but I am not too opposed. Dropping in is still a little goofy to me though. 4, originality. I feel like this game is going to have a bad identity problem and basically be seen as a DLC or an expansion. Number 5, balance. I am not sure how they will balance this game because it would be easy to make the game too easy or too hard. And it is always random based on your RNG, so we will have to see. 6, rewarding systems. So I haven't heard of any potential modification modes or permanent upgrades. I think there should be a permanent every time you complete all 3 nights. I do not want them to be forced, I want the option to use it or not. Kind of like the skulls from Halo 2 campaign. 7, significant upgrades. Every upgrade you get should feel like something that you actually notice and add something fun to the combat or whatever it targets, like movement maybe, or just anything. So far, I haven't really heard of any. That's all I have to say for the pros and cons. Let's get to the overview. Elden Ring NightReign is a very risky move by From Software. This could be their first bad game, but I really hope not. I love From Software and their games, so when I criticize their games or Elden Ring NightReign, it is only out of love, as evidenced by my YouTube name and profile picture. They are literally a combination of Bloodborne and Game of Thrones. I am also just not the biggest roguelike enjoyer. A lot of my critiques are also just mainly things that haven't been revealed. But there is also genuine criticism and fear, because it is a big leap, and I don't want it to besmirch on their reputation, like a permanent stain on a white t-shirt. Either way, I will buy it because I have played all of their Soulsborne games, and I do not plan on stopping. Hopefully, with the upcoming playtesting, my concerns are put to bed. If you disagree, put your thoughts in the comment section about Elden Ring NightReign. And if you enjoyed, please help me get to 200 subscribers by March by subscribing and liking the video. Thank you for watching. Peace.